Good afternoon everyone, how's everyone doing today? I'm at Campbell Park, Milton Keynes today, Festival of History today. So yeah, so I'll show you where we go round. There's loads of old stuff here, so talk to you in a minute.
It wasn't the spinning wheel that did the job, it was the thistle falling through the panels.
Loads of tents everywhere. Say hello.
Very like, it's exactly the same principle, yeah, you're right. Exactly the same, if you look at that, take a piece, leave the panel, so you can take a two. I don't want to take up too much wood on it. Get it along. When they left, that's what you get. And it's not like years off, no. I think it's possible.
It's like preparing for some food. It's like chicken there. Yeah, chicken.
Chicken tonight. That's not nice.
So we're on stilts, or what do you call them?
Best time for parents to get their own back on their I'll see you around. Yeah. Where are we off now? Where do we want to go? Oh, you want to look at the
Sorry, nearly.
nice hot sun, no drink. Oh, so they weren't in the front line.
Hey.
Watch this. They don't even notice.
I don't know if Jack the Ripper will make an entrance. So yeah. Hey.
Stuff going on in the main hall.
Yeah. So there's stuff going in there. Like my wife said, loads of stuff going in the main hall bit. You can go have a look over. Hey.
A lot, yeah.
Over that way now. Hey, go over that way now. So yeah, it's all old stuff.
I want credit.
So hit the thumbs up. If any people want a photo of me, you can. If you have pictures with me, if you see me around or something like that. No, if you bump into me and stuff.
Very interesting event.
So it's very interesting event so far.
A medieval jousting.
Do you want to talk?
Oh no, you talk.
There's like army stuff here as well, looks like.
I believe there's a flyover of not on the ground. Do you know what time it is? Flyover? No idea. I have heard there is one.
So I just heard there's a fly past coming over, but I don't know what time that is. Don't know if they do programs here and stuff. I just walked over to the main bit, but there's nothing going on now. Missed it. There's some like medal for evil thing, looks like. Of some plane today.
Did she have much to say? Oh, sorry.
That's right.
Yeah. About all the kids? Best cookie in the world. Most vulnerable ones. That's you, groin area. Goes right out to the groin, you've got an artery. So one of the things they used to do is be off and go up between the egg and into the artery.
There's like some soldiers over there, I think. And it was like some soldiers, I think. So, a very interesting place at the moment. Loads of old stuff, medieval stuff. Loads of stuff. Vikings, it looks like. Oh, look at these now. Loads of swords over here.
Right, we want 3. We want 2, just 2. Go 1. Yeah, 2. Oh, you can do another one. You can do another one. Keep going. There you go. Yes, right, I can get. I won't be able to get up, he says. I can't get up. Manage that yourself. I didn't even have to help you. How you feeling, brother? Yeah? Run with him. Right, ready? Yeah? You go. Right. Wait. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Come on, little man. Come on.
So he's running now. He's coming back now, was it? What was that? So, what do they call them? Hey? What do they call them? Here comes a Viking running around.
Right, run towards the other half. Hurry!
So I'm going to pause it for a minute now. Talk to you a minute. So all like throw things here, like archery. It looks like as well. The old classic archery, old-fashioned way.
Yeah, that's right. I'll have a go there. I'm not sure. Right up in the middle. So no shooting at all.
So old bow and arrows.
Don't forget when you're releasing, look at the time.
Don't know what they are. What are they? Hey? What were they?
Coconut shy, isn't it? They're using
I think it's a picture. What that is?
Steve just phone and smashed the screen and not got it insured. So my one isn't up for renewal until October, but today I phoned on Thursday, and as of today, I've got 180 days before it can renew. So I can renew, so he said I'll call you back.
He just went out of the game. A boy just went out of the game. Boy, and then he just went out of the game.
Oh, you bugger.
It's so stupid, bless me, like everyone else.
So yeah, so a lot of stuff going on, old fashioned, like Vikings and things like that.
Hello.
I think you know what's going on right now.
It's on for 2 days, tomorrow.
It's on today and tomorrow. I don't know if it's all different tomorrow or the same or not. So I don't know if it's different tomorrow or the same.
But you know, when you've got ships, Nelson was shot from about 50 feet away. The marksman was on a 2-decker ship. And he hit the 3-decker. So the marksman at the top, buzzing himself, was higher, or low. So Nelson was shot from about 20 metres range, or 15 metres range. There he is, little guy with his medals. Yeah, those guys, he's as close as from here to the far rope of those 2 ropes, probably. There's the Frenchmen shooting at him and his mates. They're aiming at the quarterdeck.
I wonder why. The Russians decide that they are going to hit the causeway, attack the British, separate the British from the French, wipe out the Brits, and then turn on the French. The night before all this is due to happen, a message is received by Lord Raglan, who's in charge of the army, from a spy that the Russians are going to attack. Lord Raglan will have nothing to do with spies because they are not gentlemen and will take no notice of anything given to him by spies. In the morning of the 25th of October, the anniversary of the Battle of Agincourt, by the way.
Get that in.
Yeah, where we beat out of the mist comes a force of over 25,000 Russian troops. Infantry, artillery, cavalry. The cavalry
with these supported by artillery firing, the cavalry charges straight towards the sandbank batteries. Now the story is that those Turks who were holding these batteries fled like cowards. However, they were outnumbered possibly 10 to 1, and they fought for at least an hour before they ran away, which I don't think was being coward. Some of them ran away waving their arms. They were chased by Cossacks who cut their arms off. Many of them charged through the British camps, that's the Turkish soldiers, where they got beaten up by the wives of British soldiers. It really wasn't their day. So, onward the French cavalry, the Russian cavalry come on. At this point, a correspondent of the London Times, William Howard Russell, comes on. He sees that the only thing between complete disaster is what he describes as a thin red streak tipped with steel. It is 500 men of the 93rd Highlanders. It becomes later as the thin red line, but he actually said thin red streak. They are starting to get fired on by artillery. As a result, Colonel Campbell gets them to march backwards so they go down the hill out of sight. As the Russian cavalry gets into range, the 93rd come up out into the open. And the Russians are very confused because, according to all the rules of war, they should form a square, but they don't. And the Russians can't see if there's anybody behind them, and the answer is no, there's not.
It's like Queen Victoria.
Thanks very much. Yeah. See what
Sure.
Yeah, it's got to be Queen Victoria, right? Remember our Queen? Queen Victoria. Remember our Queen? Prince William? Yeah? So Queen Victoria, I think, must be fourth great grandson. Yeah? Yeah, I think Queen...
So Queen Victoria's made appearance. And so on. So it'd be nice if Jack the Ripper was here. I doubt it. In the arena there's a thing setting up called the Normans, I think they're called. So yeah. So lots going on. Festive of history, like I said. So if you see me around in the city or whatever, come up and have a photo of me, or so have a so hit the thumbs up and hit the follow button.
Covering the whole of my leg and down over my feet.
So this is the Normans.
Tens of thousands of steel rings all interlinked. Because they're made of such small elements, it can be tailored so beautifully. And I must admit, I'm pretty pleased with the tailoring that I got on these chausses, as they're called, these steel stockings. To get a really good fit that allows me ample movement whilst giving me complete coverage. Now the stockings, I'm putting them over. The stockings, I was wearing them over are padded.
And the next stage will be I'll put on a padded garment for my upper body. This is a relatively new thing for this part of the world. The Norman Knights of the Conquest didn't have them, Vikings didn't have them, Saxons didn't have them. They'd been here with the Romans, but with the fall of the Western provinces, padded garments to go under armour had disappeared till around about 1100, which is when the first references turn up in English Latin manuscripts. It's something that they get the idea of from the East. Probably in terms of reinforcing it from the Crusades, but actually the English were going east from the early part of the 11th century in order to serve as the personal guard of the Roman emperors of Constantinople, the famous Varangians, as they became known in due course. So now for my padded garment. The names you'll hear for this is Gambesson. You will also hear the word aketon. One of those comes from the Greek. You really do have to hope you're not going to get a surprise attack. There's a wonderful manuscript from circa 1250 that's commonly known as the Massachusetts Bible. It's the Bible, it's the Old Testament, but it's all illustrated as though it had happened in the 13th century. No, now it's correct. And it actually shows multiple scenes of attacks with blokes going, oh my God, struggling to get their armour on.
Got to be a bit hot in that.
As I was saying, this Gambesson, which apparently comes from the Greek word vacuum, which means cotton. Not working again. Now, I reckon a lot of these terms must get passed on in the pub, because how they got from vacuum to Gambesson, someone was slurring really badly, I reckon. You'll often hear a lot of nonsense bandied around about mail shirts. I did a lot of research when I made this one, carefully picked the ring size, tailored it according to the original example. There are, I can tell you, 22,000 rings in this mail shirt. I know, because I made every one. Right, yes, 22,000. There are 7,000 in the chaussures. There are 5,000 in the head covering about to put on. What's that add up to? 34,000 rings. The whole kit weighs 55 pounds. It feels awfully heavy when you just try and pick it up. Once it's distributed around your body, particularly if it's properly fitted as this is, it all moves really nicely. And sure, you get tired, but it's not unduly burdensome. Now, as I say, knights did not have any status in this period. They were not noble. It is not until about 1250, well, up until 1250 in England, a knight who was in service to a lord could be made to go and work in the fields with the peasants if his lord required it. 1250, they were inducted into the nobility, and that obligation could no longer be exercised. And it's only then that, for example, you get knights being referred to as Sir So-and-so. Before that, they were simply referred to as Mr., which comes from the French Monsieur, meaning my lord, so-and-so, knight. The last stages.
Igor, mam są ciekawsi rycerze. Ale obejrzyj się. Tam się przynajmniej coś dzieje.
Another squishy thing. A padded coin, as we call it.
Ona tak wychodzi. Dajcie mu wodę.
A male coif, you might pick the repetition of terms. the same term as we get coiffure, and it just means anything to do with your head.
Gorąco, chcesz wyjść na kości? Aneta odepnij go, nie będzie.
One thing you won't see me putting on at this point, which people often think of as being typical of medieval knights, is a surcoat. Surcoats did not even start to come into use in England until 1180. A surcoat's a very expensive bit of fabric. I could give you a long spiel on how expensive cloth was in those days, but I won't. So they didn't even start to come in until 1180, didn't even become common until a century later, thanks partly to improvements in weaving technology. We're still in the days of your classic Norman nasal helm, and with that I'm essentially complete. There were armoured gloves coming in more and more in this period, but they were by no means universal. So, here I am, ready to go. My shield's there in front of me. Another thing you don't see in this period, just to finish, is heraldry. Again, it's another 13th century thing. Sure, they painted their shields in ways they thought were nice and would help them stand out, but it wasn't heraldry as we came to understand it. So thank you for your attention. Now there will be senseless violence.
Bring on the violence. Thank you, Dr. King. Right, quick rundown of what we're going to do. We're going to form up a shield wall, give you some idea of what the Norman soldiery looked like. Everybody carried a spear, from the lowest soldier right the way through to the king. And as we support King Stephen, the Queen, Matilda, would not be carrying a spear. She has men to do it for her. But we argue the case that the barons have decided that King Stephen should be there. So we're going to quickly show you a shield wall. We're going to then bring out the devil's engine. Where's the devil's engine? There it is. This little imp, the imp you see carved on pillars in church towers in Norman churches, they are of crossbowmen. The European kings, specifically England and France, went to the Pope and got the evil thing